Alrighty, and hello everybody. Welcome back to another big review. Wow. You guys, because I did that Dungeon Meshi Cosby figures recently, I was like, I just need to get Marcille out of the box. So we're gonna do her today. This is one of my bigger figures I've had sitting and waiting. I also want to put all my Dungeon Meshi figures on one shelf area, so this is me getting her out. She needs to be released. Anyways, let's just go right into it. Here is the front of the box. It says Sculptor Club, Paint Work, Iwabitsu, Dungeon Meshi, Marcille Donato adding color to the dungeon, Good Smile Company, Katakawa. So fun stuff. Really cool. It's got like the shiny gold design on all of the gold trimmings and stuff. Ooh, the actual pictures of the figure. Let me turn that sideways. Ooh, I'm so excited. She's got the little bunnies, the pumpkin, she's got her birds. This is like a good Marcille figure. And I mean, all they've released is Marcille figures, so you know, that's what I'm getting. She's not my favorite character of the main cast. Oh, she's got the what is it, trolls? Are they really trolls? Those golems? There might be a different name for them. But I still like her. She just has so much merch, and I want some of the other characters because I love all of them. Cool top piece, and let's see what's on the bottom. Oh, same thing. Also, there's like a bunch of text right here. Hold on. From the anime Delicious in Dungeon comes scale figure of Marcille, a condensed version of the world of the series in a bigger cut up. The figure features a realistic texture created sculpting and paintwork of life to Marcille, bringing, probably is what they said, life to Marcille and ecosystem of the dungeon that is enjoyable to look at from any angle. Oh, is there text on the other side? Same thing. Same thing. Anyways, this is actually the front of the box, technically, because this is where you can kind of like open it, cut. Especially because she's on her side. Ooh, the inside. It's got the little Dungeon Meshi seal on like a little parchment background of sorts. We must release her. Cut. The scariest part, taking them out of the cell. Oh god, no, it's one of the ones that's like really tough. Oh my god. She is very well secured though. There's some little foam pieces here, as well as like some kind of like squishy gel pieces for like her head and stuff. I assume her chest was at. Take off her blankie. Oh, you guys, I'm so freaking excited. This looks so good. There's also a under blankie, as well as a big pillow for her head. She's also got a cape. Looks like she's got the hairdressing cape on. Pretty easy assembly though. Nice, safe staff for ambrosia. Dude, I was like doubting myself so bad when I was making the Cosby video of like, oh, I think it's ambrosia, but I don't know, guys. Queen, believe in yourself. All you gotta do though is just put it through, and I think there is one little spot for it to actually land in on the bottom. Oh, I see it. I caught it. All right, it's pretty teeny tiny, but that is where the bottom of her staff goes. Okay, let's clean up some of the mess really quick, and then we'll look at her. She looks so gorgeous already. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Here she is. Oh my goodness, she's humongous, and she looks so good. So good. I can't believe I'm just now opening this. It's a crime. It's a crime that I've waited this long. The figures that utilize their bases properly, just so good. They are just so stand out. She does feel a little bit like movable. You could see where I was kind of moving her head. Obviously Ambrosia is wiggling and jiggling. Everything feels a little soft, which is good. That means because it's flexible, but also could sometimes mean that it's a little bit more delicate. You can kind of go both ways with that. But here she is, sitting on the dirt golem with the pumpkin, the little bunny rabbits. I can't remember if there was a different name for them because they have horns, but they're not just bunny rabbits. Her little summon birds. There's the man-eating plant from the beginning, but like, you know, teeny tiny. Obviously here is the dirt golem in the back. And then, of course, a walking mushroom, which seems to have been like dented. He's kind of got like a cowboy hat look kind of going on. I guess he got, it's him post getting squashed by Ambrosia. Her bag sitting to the side. I just love how many details are on this. There's just so much to look at because there's so many like things included. Either way, let's look closer at her. She looks stunning, 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 stunning. Here, we're gonna start at the tippy top here, just because he's kind of out of the way. We've got her first little bird guy. Ooh, just a little dude chilling out. Yeah, look how cute, silly he is. Those little guys are so silly, so dumb, stupid. Here is the back of him. There's literally nothing. He's flat. There's some shaping, but he's basically flat. And then there is Ambrosia, of course, right underneath. They used a lot of different colors to make the kind of more worn look, more natural look for the staff. There are some bits of paint that look a little rough around the edges. Like it almost seems like it looks like it was dusty at first. You see there's like a little bit of a speckling there. Like I said, I almost thought it was like dusty, like it had been sitting out on a shelf. There's a little bit more on this side. Honestly, because this is clearly such a high level of layering on this staff, that's probably why, but it still looks really nice. I love all these like extra little limbs that have detached from the main staff up on the top as well. And then of course the gradual color changing all the way down to this dark, almost kind of gray brown that we see. So I still really think this looks fantastic. That little dusting is just, again, minor nitpick. Moving down now, we're going to go on to her face. Oh my goodness, look how cute. How cutie patootie, double fruity. She's got her ears, her elf ears, her half-elf rounded ears. Her face with her green eyes, and she's got I love when figures have like these really teeny tiny little delicate blush lines, but then there's still like the actual airbrushing behind it as well. It's very subtle. It's not quite as intense as you might see on some other figures, but there is a little bit of airbrushing blush on her cheeks as well. And then of course, framing her face is her beautiful blonde hair and her classic Maine style haircut. Love the way that it looks. I love all the different details of the strands with the ponytail and the braids, all the different colors that are included in there as well. There's like a nice kind of like deep almost orange inside the corners, a little bit of like a light brown mixed with kind of just like the yellow. Yeah, yellow is a little bit of a lighter pale yellow, but it still looks fantastic. The little red ribbons in her hair, both on the main front braids and then the back one. Crazy hard hairstyle to even try and set up, by the way. That was not fun the one time that I did like actually put that together. And since we're on the topic of the hair, we're gonna go down to the bottom because of course she has long hair. Just lots of nice little delicate strands, especially with the way that they're falling on the golem as well. I just love too that there's the highlighting of the hairs on the front, and then like the pieces in the back are a little bit darker as well. Boom. So going on to her front, we got of course the red choker that she has just kind of hidden in there. It is actually bit raised. They did do a little bit more detail than just painting it on her neck, probably because her head is actually attached at the neck. You can see she's got some itty bitty collarbones hidden in there. The little, again, red ribbon on her lovely cloak. You can see how nicely painted this cloak is with the dark blues on the tops, the light blues on the highlighted parts. Obviously, I love whenever we see seam work in any kind of clothing. Love that. And there is her gold trim that she has. Kind of, maybe not so much gold, it's like a pale yellow. Love how this is so beautifully colored. Underneath her light blue cloak, she has her dark blue dress slash tunic, whatever this may be called. So wonderfully colored. You can see there's light blues, light navy blues, and then dark navy blues kind of underneath here. It's just so well done. Once again, those seam lines down the side. On her sleeve here, you can see she's got the little sewn up parts. I saw someone talk about this once before. I don't remember where I had seen it. Maybe it was in one of the official art books, but she likes wearing fashionable things. But then because she still wants to be practical, she doesn't want these open sleeves, so she'd sewn them together basically. I think is what I'd seen someone at least say somewhere, which I think is a really cool observation for how her outfit is made. But then she still has some sewn parts on her lap, so I don't know how truthful that is. Maybe they were a higher waisted before, but she wanted it more slim fitting. I don't know. And we'll just kind of do a circle around. There's not really much to see on the back because her her hair covers most of it. We skip past them, but she's got her two belts. She's got like her satchel belt that probably just holds like some various things that she uses from time to time, magic things. And then she has her spell book holster over here, which is more of a light gray kind of tan. Again, you can see they got like the buttons different. They've got the seam lines for how it was sewn. The belt has the little silver on there. Same with her extra little pocket bag too, with the silver, the different seam lines. Again, just love how these were painted, all the different colors, because the top fold over part is a different color than the, what is going on? What is happening? Is different from the main body of the bag as well. Let's see. In her book, you can see there's a lot of text, nothing that we can really read, but there's some math and sciences going on there. The rune language with the quadratic formula equations or something. I don't know, freaking nerd stuff or whatever. Oh, I didn't mention her hands, you guys, very important. You know how much we love painted nails? Of course she has glossy nails. Love a queen with glossy nails. They're a little thick. She's kind of got like the bulbous nail effect going on, where they do the gloss, but because it's so small, they kind of it piles up, kind of like a dewdrop, if that kind of makes sense with what I'm trying to say. So they can look a little thick sometimes, but I still love the fact that they're painted glossy nails. These ones don't look quite as bulbous as the other ones do, maybe because of the shape of her hands over here, but this one's a little bit more delicate, I suppose. And because we're just going to finish off with the last little bit of Marcille, she of course has her tan little parachute pants underneath. Again, wonderfully colored, wonderfully sculpted with the shape. Yeah, you can see they kind of disappear into the back of her skirt, but again, I love those folds that they made for the pants. And then her little sandals, gray sandals to match her little pants. Again, still different colors on here. I'm not going to go on all the different gradients on every single thing because this is a very well painted figure. You get it, you know, you can see these different colors in there, but same with the sandals too. And her little toenails are a little glossy as well. Not quite as glossy, but they did indeed use a different color paint for her toenails. These ones are more of like, it's like a semi-gloss, a little pale pink that they used for her toes. But I like that because Marcille's very cleanly. She's very, like, she would for sure be checking her nails and cleaning her nails, even out in the dungeon. I mean, she's doing her hair every time that they go out on the dungeon and go somewhere else. So this, I love that. It's a very good attention to details. I also love the way her actual ankles are sculpted too. I love whenever you get to see just like really cool human sculpts. Stuff like the ankles, I think they're very intriguing to me, I think, because they're kind of hard to draw sometimes. The base, since we're already here looking at her feet though, look at that. Look how cool this like dirt area looks here. We got the speckles of like the actual dirt itself, and then we've got like little pebbles down there that are a different color gray. The dirt's kind of like a little bit of a cooler brown. There's still some warmth over here, but this is definitely not like as warm of a brown as some of the other things that are on her person. Look at that. It's like kind of like if you're looking underneath the dirt. It's like they cookie cuttered the dirt out and just plucked her up along with it, because like the underground area, that's so cool. Kind of goes all the way around. We'll probably get some glimpses of it here or there later, but just happened to notice. The cute little flower, little glossy flower. More dirt and things and grass and whatnot, just kind of surrounded. All, again, wonderfully painted. There is more than one shade for every color being used here. Love that. We're going to move back up for a second, though, because we didn't talk about her bag and her other little friend. Her little summon guy. He's just taking another nap. So the bag with the sleeping bag, there we go, sleeping bag, and then the satchel full of all of their dungeon crawling items and whatnot. As I mentioned, these are kind of more of a warmer brown. This one's warmer, this one's a little bit, this one's actually much cooler. It's obviously a bit darker too. You can see the details with the buttons, the belts. There's also, it's kind of hard to see because it's in the corner. Gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good angle on that. The side of the bag, here, we can see it better on this one. It's on the other side too, though. See how that's like stitched together? But it's like, it's very like hand stitched, if you see what I'm saying. Like, it's not as neat as her dress was. This bag is very like, it's, you know, someone haphazardly put it together almost, it looks like. But I love it. It's like so kind of chaotic. This is probably like one of the cheaper items that she bought. You can even see the book bag straps peeking out from behind the bag. Kind of crazy they even sculpted those handles. Can you see that on the other side? You can kind of see one of the handles is peeking out, or the straps is peeking out there. We got her little mushroom guy that she flattened earlier, but little cowboy mushroom guy down here. All the details underneath. That's like properly shaded underneath, you guys. That is so freaking cool. All of those little divots are shaded. Also, you look so sad. Don't be sad, little mushroom guy. Don't be sad. Look at his little feet. His little feet also so detailed. Oh my goodness. We're already on the back, so we're gonna look at the little golem. Again, we have that dirt texture. He's got the moss over top. Once again, not one, not two, not three, like 4 different colors probably used here, because it's got like a little bit more of a dirt wash over it to make it look a little more dirty. Of course, it's moss on top of a dirt golem, but this is so well done. This is also very clean. You'll notice there's not really anything spilling out on the sides. You know, there's like a tiny bit of spillage there, but like usually for something like this, you would see a decent bit of just messiness. His eyes kind of look glowy. There's like a little bit of yellow on the outer rim, gradients into the white into the center. Nice little touch to make him look extra spooky. His big old column hand coming out the side. This is probably the least, I mean, even though there's lots of paint colors here, this seems the least interesting of the things that we have looked at on here. It's not very detailed. It's just kind of just there. This seems a little bit easier to have put together versus everything else. And hey, that's fine. Everything else looks great, so who cares? This is his hand that's in the back of the figure. But this is definitely the least detailed thing on this figure. We got her other birds sitting over here. Look at that little guy. They're just silly little dudes. And as I mentioned, he's sitting on top of the kind of baby man-eating plant. This is not nearly as spooky as they can be. Notice again, branch, wonderfully colored. We got dark brown up top. It's getting lighter as it goes down, but then there's darker parts underneath of where the vines are. The paint is a little bit messy right there. You can see where some of the color didn't get underneath the vine. The actual man-eating flower has a bit of tip of yellow on the bottom, and it goes up to like that limey green on top. All of the vines, again, multiple colors. We got dark greens on the edges of the leaves. We got like the limey light green, not quite as limey actually. This is probably more of a basic green. The vines as well are made to look a little bit dirtier, where they got some of the browns mixed in. Look at all those leaves. Look at all those leaves. The pumpkin leaf and the vine leaves are tied together. Look at that. It continues all the way around to here. They connect, and then it goes back around to here. I love this random little tree bark missing. Just a fun little detail, just because. The pumpkin. This guy is so good. Anytime the pumpkins is included in a figure, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It's so serious. It's just a freaking face on the pumpkin. Like, it's so realistic too, compared to some of the other crap that we see. Now, some of the painting, a little messy. I know it's to kind of, again, give it a more naturistic look. I don't know if it needed to go quite as messy on there. And maybe that was just a stylistic choice. It honestly looks a little bit better on camera than it does in person, in my opinion. It still looks great, though. I love the way that it's colored on the bottom. That it's kind of like a purpley brown that they use to color it. Kind of give it a little bit extra dimension, considering it's against the orange. And I think the last thing we have to look at, because I think we've checked everything else, so there's a lot to look at on here. The little bunny rabbit guys, bunny antelopes, bunny lopes, jackalopes, whatever they are, and their little bunny tunnel. Look how cute. I love the way these are colored. So much texture with the fur. Again, the different colors of brown that they used for like not only the antlers, the bodies, the front of the bodies versus the back of the bodies that are inside the burrow, because it's definitely like a deeper, cooler brown in the back versus what's in the front, which is like the pale brown. They're just little cute little bunnies. All right, guys. Well, there she is. Man, what a humongous figure. With so many details that looked fantastic. Obviously, like I said, you guys, I know I'll nitpick like lots of little things and whatnot just because I see them, but that's because this is a big figure and I'm there. I did spend a decent bit of money on it, so I'm gonna nitpick things, but like those are such small errors in the grand scheme of this figure. I cannot express enough how well painted this is. Every single color, not one color didn't have another color mixed onto it. But like a lot of times you'll still see where, like maybe if they have black pants, right? It wouldn't have been color. The belts, for example, wouldn't have had a different color. I think even her little red pieces have different colors on them. Maybe not the little tiny ones on her braids on the front. Like, I mean, when we get down to that small of a scale, if they started doing extra colors, I think it would just start to look messy. Even like her bows up top, the bow on her neck, those do have more than one red mixed in. I can't really tell for the collar, but again, we're doing only so much that we need to have done. I love that all of these different creatures were included. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different creatures included, if I counted correctly. That's so cool to just have that many in, especially with Dungeon Meshi. That's such a large focal point, is the fact that they have all these different creatures that they are finding in the dungeon and then eating. You want to include more than one. It's just really good. The base, stellar. All figures with a base that isn't just black or white, or black and white with maybe like the show logo on it, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This base is so good. The fact that the sides are all decorated. I think some things on this maybe could have used a little bit more of a matte paint on them. For example, the golem, I think it could be a little more matte than this kind of, that little bit of gloss sheen that we're seeing to him. He's made out of dirt, you know? Maybe if it was just more texture was added on. Again, this is me being like, you know, if I had the option to choose, I would probably do this. but it still looks good. Again, because too, he's kind of cartoony, so it kind of adds that cartoonish vibe to him where he's not so textured. And he's not the main focal point of the figure. In fact, if you have him on a shelf, unless if you have it where people can walk around, you're probably never going to see the frickin' dude. Unfortunate for him, because he looks cool too. Just so many nice details. I'm so glad I finally opened this figure. I'm going to have my Dungeon Meshi shelf put together soon. So that'll probably be a stream that either happens after or before this. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to post more pictures of this beautiful young lady on my Instagram at Desunausis. I have all my other figures posted there as well for the most part, as well as the recent Dungeon Meshi Cosby figures that I just opened. There are a blind box set. I opened all of them and got all of them, even the special. So you should go and check that out if you haven't already. There's also all these other places to follow me down below. There's my personal account. There is other accounts that I probably don't use as often, but maybe one day I will. I don't know. You never know, guys. You never know. And there's also the Discord, which you should join and chat. We keep it chill. We like talking, having fun, goofy fun times or something like that. Every Tuesday, Thursday, around 10, I will be streaming some kind of thing, whether it's figures on shelves, different video games, stickers of various shapes and sizes, who knows. But thank you so much if you have watched to the end of this video. I really appreciate you for supporting a small little creator. You should like the video and subscribe. I hope you guys had a great last month or so, and I hope you guys have a great next month or so or more. Who knows? Whatever it may be. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.